beneath the vast ocean surface, where visibility is limited and every movement is difficult to discern, orcas approach their target with absolute silence and control. They don't charge immediately, but observe, maintain distance, and wait for the moment when their opponent loses their rhythm or reveals a gap in their movement. When the time comes, the orca accelerates, delivers a precise and swift blow, quickly turning the confrontation into a situation where the outcome is almost certain. In frigid seas, seals live near icebergs as a natural defense mechanism. They carve fixed breathing holes in the ice and often return to the same spot to survive, gathering in large groups to detect danger from afar. However, staying in one spot for too long reveals obvious vulnerabilities. On the ice floes, a group of orcas begins to move around the area where a seal is resting. They maintain their position and observe instead of attacking immediately, gradually closing the circle to control the surrounding space. When the right moment arrives, the entire group accelerates and pushes waves against the ice floe, creating a significantly escalating pressure. The orcas use their large bodies to forcefully ram the ice floe, creating a collision that shakes the surface. The seal loses its balance and slips from its safe position, falling into the water passively. All attempts to maintain distance are ineffective as the orca pack approaches from multiple directions and maintains constant pressure. The final outcome is that they drag the seal down into the deep water, with the orcas having established complete dominance. In the ocean environment, the deciding factor is not size, but the ability to occupy space and choose the right moment. When the pace of movement is constantly controlled, initial advantages can easily be reversed, and the outcome is often determined very quickly. Great white sharks primarily inhabit temperate and subtropical seas around the world, often appearing near coastlines, islands, or areas with large seal populations. They prefer cold, nutrient-rich waters and can travel long distances across oceans in search of prey and suitable habitats. Deep in the ocean, where light is almost non-existent, an orca moves silently. Above, a great white shark drifts along unnoticed by the current. Suddenly, the orca changes course and accelerates, surging up from the shallow water, launching a precise attack that completely overwhelms its opponent. The chase quickly escalates as the shark tries to maintain a steady course to escape the close pursuit. But the orca constantly adjusts its position and closes the distance, destabilizing the shark's swimming rhythm. The orca continues to ram from multiple directions. The shark loses its ability to resist and is dragged down into the deep water, the situation ending with the orca winning. In the vast ocean, advantage lies not only in strength, but also in the ability to control position and timing of attacks. When pressure is maintained continuously and the pace is completely dominated, the initial advantage is quickly replaced. Ultimately, the situation usually tilts in favor of the superior being. Across a wide range of ocean environments, from tropical to temperate, and even in murky river systems, Dolphins adapt flexibly to diverse habitats. They often move in pods near the surface where food is abundant, using echolocation to maintain communication and detect danger. But when a member leaves the group, the safe distance is gradually broken. From the deep water, an orca spotted a pod of dolphins and stealthily approached, maintaining distance before suddenly accelerating to initiate a chase. The dolphins scattered, but one individual was separated from the group and became the target. The chase quickly escalated as the orca maintained its pursuit, narrowing the escape route and dislodging its prey, ending with it gaining complete dominance. From the entire sequence of events, it's clear that speed and agility sometimes provide an initial advantage in a confrontation. However, when space is controlled and pressure is maintained, that advantage quickly diminishes. When the pace is completely dominated, the outcome often tends towards an irreversible conclusion. In the cold seas of the southern hemisphere, penguins live in large colonies near the ice edge, where they take advantage of the icy environment to avoid predators and coordinate when foraging. They often swim in groups to herd prey into smaller groups and increase hunting efficiency. But when one penguin leaves the group and dives into the water alone, the protective distance gradually diminishes. Beneath the icy water, an orca silently approaches the penguin colony, waiting for the opportune moment before suddenly launching an attack, creating a tense chase. The penguins constantly change direction to escape, but the orca remains relentless, controlling their position. Ultimately, the orca completely overwhelms them and wins the confrontation. In harsh, freezing conditions, collective coordination sometimes helps maintain safety in the early stages. However, when the formation breaks down and movement becomes unbalanced, the advantage gradually disappears. When the distance is no longer maintained, the outcome often becomes irreversible. Across the oceans, from cold to tropical waters, humpback whales migrate in long cycles, notable for their complex songs and powerful protective behavior towards their young. Mother whales always stay close to their offspring and are ready to confront danger. But the constant movement to shield them in open spaces builds up increasing stress. From a distance, the orca pod spotted the mother whale and calf and silently followed them, observing their every movement before suddenly closing the distance. The prolonged chase weakened the calf, and the mother whale tried to protect it but was pulled off course. The orcas continuously controlled the position and gained complete dominance in the confrontation. Under the ocean, strength and size may provide a temporary advantage in a confrontation. However, Against coordinated efforts and persistent tactics, that advantage gradually crumbles. When all directions of movement are controlled and pressure is constantly maintained, the final outcome is almost impossible to change. Along the Pacific coast, from the west coast of North America down to South America and the offshore islands, sea lions inhabit the transitional zone between land and ocean. They congregate in large numbers on rocky shores and immediately enter the water upon spotting prey. But when an individual leaves the group and swims away from the shoreline, the collective protection gradually weakens. From the depths of the water, an orca spotted a pride of sea lions and silently observed them, then suddenly approached from below, initiating a tense chase. The sea lions tried to swim to safety, but the orca continuously controlled their movement, blocking their escape and gaining the complete advantage. Between land and ocean, every advantage can change in an instant. As the distance narrows and their movement is controlled, escape becomes more difficult. When there is no longer any safe space, the outcome of the confrontation is almost decided. In oceans ranging from tropical to subpolar, sperm whales primarily inhabit deep waters near ocean trenches and steep continental shelves. They can dive to depths of thousands of meters to hunt squid, quickly surfacing to breathe before returning to the darker water layers. However, as their protective formations become spread out over vast spaces, weaknesses gradually appear in their defensive structure. Far out in the ocean, a group of orcas spotted a pod of sperm whales and silently followed them, maintaining a vantage point before exploiting a gap in their formation to quickly approach. One group distracted the adults, while the others pressured the juveniles, disrupting the formation. The struggle dragged on as the orcas continuously seized space and took control. In the ocean's struggle for survival, speed isn't always the deciding factor. When relentlessly pursued, escape routes gradually narrow. With superior coordination and hunting skills, the orcas progressively gained control of the situation, stripping their prey of its initial advantage and ending the confrontation with complete dominance. In shallow coastal waters, stingrays often hide under layers of sand or mud, blending into their environment to avoid detection. They are abundant in lagoons and estuaries, where the water is calm and food sources are plentiful, thus maintaining a natural defensive advantage. In shallow waters near the shore, an orca tracks a stingray swimming close to the surface, unaware of the approaching danger. Suddenly, it lunges upwards from below at high speed, delivering a powerful impact that disorients the stingray. After a brief escape attempt, the orca quickly regains control and gains the upper hand. When the advantage of concealment is gone, adaptability becomes limited. This encounter is not simply a chase, but a shift in advantage between two different environments. And in a controlled space, the initiative will lean towards maintaining consistent pressure. Through each confrontation, orcas do not rely on individual strength, but use coordination, positional control, and timing to gain a clear advantage. When the opponent's movement rhythm is disrupted, their ability to retaliate quickly diminishes, and the situation gradually takes an irreversible turn. In the vast ocean, where mistakes can happen in an instant, the one who controls the space always determines the final outcome. In the icy Arctic, the polar bear is always one of the most dangerous predators on the frigid surface. From a distance, the polar bear usually moves slowly downwind, then suddenly accelerates when it spots an opportunity. In the silence of the vast snowfield, even a moment of slowing down can quickly change the course of a confrontation. Beneath the thick ice covering the Arctic seas, beluga whales constantly move between small vents to find a way to surface. These whales possess excellent echolocation abilities and are highly sensitive to vibrations beneath the frigid ice. With their strong bodies and thick layers of blubber that help them withstand extreme temperatures, beluga whales maintain their agility in the narrow spaces beneath the icy surface. Near a small, snow-covered vent, a polar bear lay in ambush for hours, almost motionless. The bear continuously observed the water's surface, waiting for the right moment for the beluga to surface before suddenly lunging towards the vent, using its entire weight to pull its prey out of the cold water. But just before the polar bear closed the crucial distance, the beluga dived deep into the dark water beneath the ice. The hunt ended with the bear remaining by the vent, waiting in the frigid Arctic wind. In this harsh environment, sometimes the ability to control one's position for survival is more important than speed of movement. On a snow-covered Arctic ice floe, a seal rests near a small breathing channel between the ice sheets. These animals possess strong survival instincts in the frigid marine environment and are highly sensitive to underwater sounds and vibrations. Their thick layer of blubber helps maintain body temperature and energy reserves, while also allowing them to move nimbly through the frozen sea. Hidden beneath the snow-covered ice, the polar bear lowers its body and silently approaches downwind to avoid detection. The bear moves slowly before accelerating, lunging towards the seal near the ice edge, taking advantage of surprise and control. The seal attempts to turn and dive into the dark water beneath the ice, but there is no longer enough distance to escape. The polar bear closes in and pins its prey to the ice edge, gaining absolute control. In this harsh environment, Even a moment of slow reaction is enough to cost the seal its chance of survival, ending a tense sequence of events. On the snow-covered edge of populated areas, Arctic dogs are quick to sense changes in weather. Their keen sense of smell helps them detect danger hidden beneath the thick snow. Their double coat and strong leg muscles allow them to stand firm as pressure from afar begins to approach. When food becomes scarce, polar bears leave the icy region and approach human settlements. The Arctic dogs bark loudly, surrounding them from a safe distance, but the polar bears continue to press forward. When one Arctic dog lunges to block their path, the polar bear suddenly accelerates, forcing the entire pack to scatter across the cold snow. The confrontation ends when the Arctic dogs maintain a safe distance to avoid significant casualties. The polar bears cannot advance further due to constant harassment from multiple directions. In the harsh Arctic environment, coordination and the ability to retreat at the right time help Arctic dogs survive against greater pressure. Amidst the icy winds of the Arctic, a herd of walrus, weighing thousands of pounds, huddles close together at the water's edge. These animals possess an incredibly strong survival instinct in the harsh, cold environment and are highly sensitive to danger both on and under the ice. Their thick layer of blubber and long tusks aid in combat and self-defense, creating significant pressure on any approaching predator. Behind the snow-covered icebergs, a polar bear silently moves with the wind to avoid early detection by the herd. The bear doesn't choose direct confrontation, waiting for chaos at the edge of the herd before accelerating, sending a series of massive bodies hurtling towards the water. But as soon as a slower walrus is separated from the group, the entire herd immediately presses back around the danger zone. The polar bear stops the pursuit to avoid wasting energy. In the harsh Arctic environment, victory sometimes comes from the ability to create chaos at the crucial moment. Amidst the snow-covered Arctic tundra, a herd of reindeer moves continuously, searching for food beneath the thick ice. They possess excellent navigation skills in blizzards and the white terrain, and can sniff out moss and food. With high endurance and a coat of fur and subcutaneous fat, reindeer maintain a stable formation in the cold wind. Behind the snowdrifts, a polar bear silently moves with the wind to avoid detection. Polar bears don't pursue long distances, but wait for the opportune moment, forcing a younger or weaker individual closer to shallow water. When the distance is right, it lunges, using its muscular strength to gain an advantage at close range. The reindeer struggles and kicks hard to escape the dangerous distance, but can no longer maintain its initial speed. In the harsh Arctic environment, sometimes victory belongs to the one who knows how to draw its opponent into a disadvantageous situation, not the fastest or strongest animal. In the frigid Arctic snow, musk oxes survive thanks to their strong survival instincts against harsh weather. They can withstand deep cold, quickly recognize danger, and maintain a tight formation around their young. Their extremely strong shoulders, necks, and forelegs allow the entire herd to charge head-on when pressure from afar begins to approach. From a distance, polar bears use their sense of smell to detect the musk ox herd and slowly approach downwind. The cows signal the alarm, the bulls immediately step to the front line, and the young are pushed into the center of the defensive circle. When a small gap appears near the young, the polar bear suddenly accelerates and charges straight into the tightly packed formation ahead. The initial attack quickly fails as the cows manage to block the path before the polar bear can reach the young. In the harsh Arctic, unity and the ability to maintain a stable position help the musk ox withstand increasing pressure. Amidst the icy winds of the Arctic, two adult polar bears approach each other in a rare hunting ground. Their survival instincts allow them to withstand the extremely low temperatures and blizzards, while their muscular strength and powerful front paw strikes create immense pressure on the slippery ice. Tense air builds as they circle each other on the snow-covered ice. One rears up and lunges, using its full body weight to push and pin its opponent to the edge of the ice. Clashes resound, demonstrating control in every moment amidst the cold wind and slippery ice. The confrontation slows down as one retreats to avoid injury, while the other maintains its position. In the harsh Arctic environment, the one who survives longest isn't the most aggressive, but the one who knows when to stop. Beneath the frigid Arctic winds, the wolf pack relies on vigilance and keen observation skills. They can detect subtle sounds in the stillness of the room and always assess their opponent's reaction before approaching too closely. Their enduring stamina allows the pack to travel miles across the icy surface, and this patience gradually leads them deeper into the polar bear's hunting grounds. Near the carcass, the mother polar bear stands protectively in front of her cubs amidst the thick ice. When a wolf approaches to test the pack's reaction, the mother bear immediately changes direction and lunges forward at incredible speed. The wolf retreats to maintain distance, while others begin to move around to look for more opportunities. After numerous attempts to approach and retreat, the wolf pack ultimately fails to overcome the mother bear's defenses. They only manage to steal a small portion of the carcass before quickly leaving the dangerous area. the mother bear managed to keep her remaining cubs safe, and the ice surface gradually became calm again after the tense confrontation. In the harsh Arctic environment, patience and the ability to control distance always determine the survival chances of each predator. On the snow-covered ice, the polar bear constantly exerts pressure, forcing many animals to continuously change formations and maintain distance. When the polar bear begins to appear, any delayed reaction can cause the confrontation to change very quickly. Continue to explore more authentic survival stories in the world of Arctic wildlife.